Hey guys, welcome back. So today we have a really slow day with NVIDIA earnings after the bell. The market is definitely waiting on those earnings to come out for some direction. Um, I just want to make a quick video and show you guys a little bit more about the Qtrend method. This time I want to focus a little bit more on the hourly chart. Um, so uh, if you guys have watched my 5 hour course on Qtrend, that's great. This is kind of gonna piggyback off that. Um, and we've also adjusted the settings a little bit. So just gonna go through those real quick. So if you've never watched a Qtrend video before, and you don't have and you're not familiar with TradingView or charts, you're probably not going to fully understand this. I would go back, take the time, watch the entire course. If you're an experienced trader, you know about TradingView, then you may be able to get away with just watching this. Um, so, uh, Essentially, what you're going to do is you're going to pull up the indicators. Again, if you're experienced, you know how to pull these indicators up. So you go to indicators, you're going to search Q trend, and it's just the Q trend. Here is what you're looking for. Q trend, not Q trend anything else. It's just Q trend. That's the indicator you want. And it'll look like this with the buy and sell signals. Next thing I want you to do is I want you to go to the settings here. Okay. I want you to go and turn your ATR multiplier. Before we had it on 1.75. We're adjusting it a little bit, sensitivity a little bit. We have it at 1.5. Okay. Doesn't make a huge difference, but if you want to basically follow along to the T, then put it to 1.5. Make sure your signals show all. Okay. Then go ahead, click done, save, whatever it is. And you should look something like this on your SPY hourly chart. Um, so the only two indicators. Let me kill this other one for now. So the first part of this video, I'm going to stick strictly to the two indicators here. The next part, I am actually going to show you bring in a couple more indicators for those of you that are paying for the premium trading view. I'm going to give you 2 or 3 more indicators that will help you see here. Not that you necessarily needed them in this situation because it was very straightforward. Okay. So just going back here, it's been other than this little song and dance over here. The hourly chart has been pretty consistent. So the way I explain charts is it's just like a what do they call it? Spyglass. The word's slipping me. The thing that the looking glass. The looking glass. I don't know. I can't remember the name. But the glass that the detectives have, and you kind of take it like this, and it zooms in and out. So that's exactly what charts are. So if you're looking at a daily chart here, okay, or a 1 day chart, then it looks something like this, right? It's just a rocket ship up, okay? So from here, you can see there's very little drops. It's just a straight shot up, which is pretty insane. And That's not going to continue forever. I mean, it never does. I mean, go back and point to me. It just doesn't. Sure, it'll shoot straight up, but we come down and correct. That's the way the market works. It's just the way it works. Um, so as you can see, we've been in a rocket ship up on the daily chart. But what you can do is then you can look at the hourly chart, right? And zoom into the hourly. And when you zoom in, you see there's a lot more movement here than that you can take advantage of here. However, if you look, we are still in an uptrend, right? That rocket ship hasn't changed. We're just zoomed into it more, right? So that being said, I really like the hourly chart to kind of show kind of these smaller moves that we can take advantage of, right? And you could say, yeah, I'm only going to play calls with something like this because the daily chart is in a huge uptrend, and I could get on board with that, to be honest with you. Okay, you're only playing calls. Yeah, you missed this drop, you missed this drop, but look at, you're not getting in these little short plays. This is a dud. This is, it's not really a dud. But none of the buys none of the buys are duds. All the buys are wins. Yeah, I guess this is kind of, and I guess this one's kind of a dud. But you kind of see what I'm getting at here is that the trend is up, right? So I could totally understand just playing calls or just playing the trend, just playing up. However, I do think there is, that playing these plays on the hourly, especially as we're getting towards the top, which if we're not there yet, we're getting there. All right, I'll just put it to you like that. If we're not already there, so starting to take advantage of some of these shorts before our daily flips to buy, because again our daily chart here is again a rocket ship, right? We're at, whoa, okay, so actually we just flipped to sell yesterday, so that's interesting. Yesterday, so that is interesting. Oh no, that's ANET. What am I doing? SPY. Yeah, okay, that's more like it. So yeah, we're toppy, but we haven't flipped to sell yet. That was ANET. By the way, I'm going to look at a short on ANET because of that. Essentially, all we're doing with the Qtrend is whatever chart we're on, whether it's the daily, whether it's the hourly, whether it's the 5-minute, we're looking at two things. We're looking at the MACD, and we're looking at the Qtrend, the buy and the sell signals. So this will either say strong or sell. This will either say strong or buy. But if it's green, obviously it's a buy. If it's red, obviously that's a sell, right? So what we're looking for essentially is just this, okay? So we're looking for a MACD cross, okay? So here we wouldn't enter these cells here because our MACD did not cross bearish. See, our MACD is still green. So we don't play the cells, all right? Until it crosses bearish. See how it crossed bearish there? Bearish, got the sell, and then we drop. But look at this one, right? MACD never crossed here, so we wouldn't enter this short, okay? So we're looking for two things. We're looking for the MACD cross, okay? So you have a sell signal here. Our MACD crosses from green to red, and then we get our sell signal. Here's where we enter our short, okay? And then obviously we can't on it. Actually, we probably could, maybe, depending on what time it was. I'd have to say. But you can run till 4:15 on that. Probably not. But you're probably entering this short here in the beginning of the day. And what a great day to be a bear there, huh? And then same thing over here on the buy side. We're waiting for our buy signal here. And then a MACD cross bullish here. And then we got our rocket ship up, right? Okay. Same thing over here, right? We did not cross bearish, but we're still on a buy. So you could actually re-enter that buy there. Or if you took profits, re-enter the buy and then hop on the rocket ship up, right? Same thing to the sell side. So we have our sell here, our strong sell. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. So why wouldn't we enter short here? Again, we have no bearish MACD cross. It was about to, which is why the sell signal popped up, but it never crossed bearish. So we wait until it does cross bearish here, and then we get our sell signal back. We cross bearish, and then we can enter a short position here, take profits down here. That's a huge win, depending on what options you're playing right there. It doesn't look like much. It's a really big win right there. And then again, same thing. We wouldn't enter the buy here. We would wait until till our MACD crosses bullish here, and then we would hop on for the ride up. So that's how that works. It doesn't always look as sexy as this does. I mean, look at this. We have our sell. We have a MACD cross bearish here. We would enter our short here. Okay. Same thing over here. Here's our buy signal. Okay. Enter our buy signal. We have our MACD cross bullish, and up away we go. And the same thing to the sell side. We cross bearish here. We have a sell signal here, and away we go. Now our MACD is crossing bullish here. It wouldn't surprise me if we had a little bounce here. But NVIDIA earnings could, again, that could change things. That's kind of why the market is doing nothing today. And I'm able to make these videos is because the market is waiting heavily on NVIDIA earnings to see which way we're going to go here. So I could end the video there. And if you're not paying for a premium TradingView subscription, you only get 2 indicators. So, you know, you have your MACD and your Qtrend, and you should be good to go. Off you go, and you'll make some money. If you have the premium version, I'm going to show you a couple more things in this video. So another indicator I like to use is this auto trend channel, and you can find it under the community service here, but it's called Auto Trend Channel by Atelia Yurtseven. Don't pick any other one. That's the one you want, okay? And what that does is it gives you auto trend channels, right? So remember I said we were in this uptrend, right? So we're obviously in an uptrend on the channel here. As you can see, we're getting to the bottom of this channel here, so we could bounce up if we don't break down with NVIDIA earnings. And it also gives you support and resistance levels. So here, as you can see, we have a high of around 503, and then we have some support here at 491. So, you know, it looks like, again, we could bounce somewhere around here possibly. But what would we look for? We would look for our MACD cross, right? And we would look for our buy signal. And when we get that, we could then enter some calls. Another 2 indicators that I'm going to share with you, I'm going to try and keep it quick and to the point, are the RSI divergence indicator and the money flow index, okay? And let me show you how these work. So it's very simple. This is the RSI divergence indicator. If you know RSI, you have your extremes, which are at about 100 or higher, technically, or 0, and they go to 0 or lower, technically. But think of it as 0 to 100, okay? With 50 being your middle. So 50 is even, and then you have 70, which is the end of this range here, and 30 here. If you are above 70, you are overbought. If you are a stock is overbought. If you are below 30, stock is considered oversold, okay? Now, the money flow index kind of works in the same way with extremes, okay? So if we are very low here and here, right? Look at this setup here, okay? We're oversold here on the hourly. We have we're at extremes here. Look at that. We got our MACD cross buy signal. Boom, calls. And I'm going to start throwing some of the I've been testing this on my own. I don't like throwing things out, before I test them myself. I don't think that's really fair to you guys, to just kind of throw out random ideas before I see that they work. So this is why I'm sharing this now, is because I've seen the evidence that, hey, this works in the long term. So so this is what we look for, right? So we have our and we could go back up here if we wanted, right? So strong sell, MACD cross bearish. We're way overbought, and our RSI, or our money flow index, or MFI, is at extremes as well. And look what happens. We have a fat old drop. And we come right back down. Look at that. We got our buy signal. We have our MACD cross bullish from red to green. It crosses here. We're also at extremes here. We're at extremes here. Look at that. We shoot up, right? And the cycle goes on and on and on. Here we are again. Strong sell. We're at extremes. Okay. Down we go. Now what do we think? Well, here it's very interesting, right? Because we shot up here on the money flow index. Money flow is not one of my favorite. Let me put that. This is not necessary to get into trade. My number one and number two are MACD and Qtrend. But having these indicators as well is something to look for, especially with the trend channels, with the auto trend channels. It all just kind of adds up. And I'll do more videos in this so you can kind of see it, I guess, get more repetitions with this. But as you can see, yes, our money flow is not at an extreme, but our RSI is pretty damn close to oversold. Our MACD is starting to cross. Now, if we get a Qtrend buy here and we're at the bottom of the channel, yeah, I'm probably going to play some calls here. That's it, guys. Sometimes we make this trading thing harder than it needs to be, when really it's all just sitting right in front of our face, right? Hopefully this video is educational. Hopefully it helps. Again, if you are a brand new trader and this is all sounding like gibberish to you, go back and watch my entire course. It's about a 5-hour course total. I break it up into 3 different days, about an hour, hour and a half each day. And I make it so easy that anyone can understand, whether you've traded a stock before or not. So this is if you've kind of been trading, you understand what a chart is, you understand what a candle is, and all that stuff, then you can watch this accelerated video and you probably understand what I just said. Then great. If not, go back. Don't get discouraged. Go back and take the time. Find 5 hours of your life. All right, I know you can. Find 5 hours of your life somewhere and watch my course, because I really break it down super, super basically. So anybody, whether you've traded stocks before, whether you know what an option is or not, I explain all that stuff. Only needs no information, and it's all included in that 5 hours course. So, but as you can see, this here works. It works consistently, and it's something you can make some easy money on consistently. So, hope you guys enjoyed the material. If you did, like and subscribe. I'll put some more content out like this. And appreciate you guys watching. Have a good day.